This is a story of a German who lived in the Philippines for more than 8 years now. To meet his needs, he needed to sell empanada in the street in Manila so that he can have his financial support.
What's your nationality, Mr. Strumpy?
I'm German.
You're German, but you speak good English, though.
Well, my second language.
Okay, so you're a vendor of empanada here in Manila or in the
I'm
province?
Pasig.
In Pasig.
Then, together with a Filipino who helped him, he went to Raffle Tufo in Action. This is actually a program of one of a very famous senator in the Philippines who are trying to help a Filipino, at the same time foreigners who are in trouble living in the Philippines.
How did you get here to the Philippines?
I came here in 2015 to marry my wife.
Oh, so you have a Filipino wife?
Yes, actually, we are not together anymore. Since 2017-18, we are separated. It's because it was not intended to stay here. After the marriage, when I wanted to check in at the airport, they couldn't find my ticket. It was delayed.
So you came.
Your flights cannot be deleted. So far as I know from experience, no one can delete your tickets once you already paid for it. How did it happen? Why does it happen to him? Or you can maybe question, does he really bought that ticket to go back to Germany?
What happened, sir?
So after the marriage, I wanted to turn back in my country after the vacation for continue my work
Right.
there. And they told me at the airport that my ticket was delayed. I had an online booking of my vacancy. My flight back was not then. Someone has deleted it. How you
Someone
can
deleted
approve
it.
that?
And then after the Christian wedding, why do you have to go back to Germany? and
Because
leave
of
her
my
behind?
work, I had a job there.
Oh, okay. And there was an agreement that you will leave her behind here while you go back to Germany for your work.
Yeah.
And she's going to follow later on.
Exactly.
And it didn't happen. Didn't work
It
out
didn't
that
happen.
way.
It was
Why?
because of the ticket.
Oh, because of the ticket.
Exactly.
So you were.
I could not have been stuck here because of the ticket.
What happened to the ticket, sir?
I don't know. Someone deleted it
Deleted the ticket
online.
online.
Really?
Actually, in the first 6 months, I was staying here as tourist visa, as tourist. And after this, this is only a possible 6 months. And after this, I tried to find work, but without documents and resident visa, it's not possible to find your work.
In Germany, even with a tourist visa, you're not allowed to work. And I think that's the same thing as well in the Philippines.
As long as I had the money, money is not a problem. You know, when you don't have the money, money is a problem.
It's the same everywhere. Either you are in the Philippines or you're in Germany or you are in USA or Canada, it's the same thing. If you don't have money, it's always a problem.
But the mere fact that you married her, you would have gotten yourself a visa to stay here in the Philippines
No.
based on the marriage.
No,
Marriage
only
with her.
tourist visa. It's maximum value.
Then Senator Rafael Tulfo directly during the program called Dina Sandoval, the spokesperson in the immigration of the Philippines, to ask for certain questions in the case of this German citizen on what they could do for him to be able to at least have an enlightenment with the penalties that he got during the time when he's staying in the Philippines for 8 years without a proper visa.
Ms. Dana Sandoval, magandang hapon po, ma'am.
Magandang hapon po, sir. Magandang hapon po.
So ano pong para sa inyo, ma'am, anong magandang gawin, Ms. Sandoval, dito po sa kaso ni Mr. Strumpy?
Yes, actually, ang challenge po dyan kasi since 8 years na po siyang overstaying dito, actually, nag-incur na po siya ng napakaraming fines and penalties. That's for 8 years po. So, kasama po doon ang blacklisting.
So Ms. Jana Sandoval mentioned that because Mr. Strumpy had stayed in the Philippines for 8 years now, that the penalties is as well including the blacklisting. I think that's the same thing that will happen also here in Germany if you stayed for that long. And apart from that blacklisting, you also need to pay some penalties.
because of overstaying for such a long time. What he could do po, una, ang kailangan po niyang gawin kung ganyan, is siya po ay kailangang i-settle yung kanyang fines and penalties with the Bureau of Immigration. And then mailalagay po kasi siya sa blacklist dyan. So an option that he could do is go out of the country and request for lifting of his blacklist. Or another option is he could request to the commissioner to reconsider his case. Pwede niyang sabihin na he has been a good president here in the Philippines and he has been helping siguro citizens of the country and things like that po doon sa kanyang motion for reconsideration.
So he's been a productive member of the society because hindi naman po siya umaasa sa gobyerno, hindi siyang kumukuha ng mga benepisyo sa ating gobyerno, bagkus siya po ay nagtatrabaho ng sarili sa tulong po ng ibang mga kababayan natin.
So Rafi Tulfo said he is a productive member of the society. It's because he's not asking help from the government. Instead, he is finding his way out to meet his needs. But in Germany, finding your way out to meet your needs here in Germany, and then you are going to sell something on the street like empanadas or whatever, maybe like a hot dog, German kind of hot dog here on the street. As a Filipino, the first thing that will happen to you, there is like what they called here Ordnungsamt. And this kind of people are roaming around the street whatsoever and trying to check what is not in Ordnung, what is not proper, what is not in ordinance with according to the city rules. And if they see a Filipino citizen selling a hot dog here on the streets in Germany, then it is not that you will be called you are a good member of the society because you're selling something and you are trying to meet your needs. Instead, you will be picked up, you will be checked if you have the proper permits for doing so, if you have the health permission and clearance that you are following exactly the ordinance when you are selling food, for example. If you pass that, if you have all the clearances and certificates, permits, and all the taxes, insurances, for example, if you have all these papers, that's the only permission that is given to you once you have all this. Without these papers and documentations that you can prove, there is no selling on the streets. And you can never be called a good member of the society in Germany. What you will be called, you are a blacklisted person that you should be sent out of the country because you didn't have any visa, you didn't have any permit to sell any food on the streets, you didn't have any clearance whatsoever for the health and food certification that is accepted in the society and ordinance here in Germany. Philippines, totally different. And Mr. Senator Dolfo, I salute you. Wow.
That's how he survived. So that alone could be counted as something na baka may consider po. Tama, ma'am?
Yan po ay maaaring aralin para kung mai-consider po ng ating commissioner. So pwede po siyang magsambit ng kanyang request sa opisina po ng ating commissioner at doon po ay aaralin kung siya po ay mapagbibigyan. But ultimately, kailangan niya pong i-update ang kanyang visa. Kailangan po ay yung kanyang fines and penalties are settled.
Mr. Rafi Tulfo asked Ms. Dana if being a good member of the society by selling something on the street and meeting your own needs without having a proper visa, if it could be considered as a motion of reconsideration. And Miss Dana said that she couldn't really answer this question because this is not something that can be called a good member of the society, not unless you are actually volunteering, not unless you're actually helping the local people. So she said instead that it has to be studied and take a look into if this can be considered as a motion of reconsideration.
Magkano po yung kanyang fines and penalties po
I have yet to get the exact figure po siguro dun sa arrivals niya and latest extension niya. But kung 8 years po, medyo malaki-laki na po ito kasi nagpatong-patong na po
Magkano
yung
po sa
fines and
estimate niyo po?
penalties. It might fall po two figures ng thousands na po siya. Around 1,700 ng monthly extension. So that's for 8 years. And then there's fines and penalties po around 70,000 na idadagdag pa po doon.
Nabanggit po sa amin kanina ng isa mga researcher namin, 170,000, is that correct?
That
Within
might
that
be a
range?
little too low pa po because it's 8 years po na overstaying siya.
Oh. Abutin po ng 200?
More than po. I believe it will be more than.
Senator Raffy Tulfo is asking Dana Sandoval, the immigration spokeswoman, how much could be the penalty of Mr. Trump for staying in the Philippines for 8 years. And Miss Dana is trying to calculate what is the penalties in those times in the whole year, how much is the payment could be. And Mr. Tofu was asking, is it like 170 according to his research or the researchers of his program? And Miss Dana said it is the lowest. And then Mr. Tofu said, is it 200,000 pesos? And Miss Dana said, it can still be the lowest. It can be more because eight years of staying in the Philippines, and there is like a monthly payment for every exiting of the visa. And to calculate every month for the whole 8 years, so it can go up to more than 200,000 pesos. So if you're going to say from 200,000 pesos in equivalent to euro, it's around 3,265 euros. 3,265 euros. That is only 200,000 pesos.
Wow.
I would have to, siguro po, after the phone call, I will get from your staff po niya for that.
Nagdarasal. Maybe you need to sell trucks and trucks of empanada to pay off your fines.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you, sir. But anyway, let me ask you this, Mr. Strumpy.
Yeah.
You have a family in Germany, I'm sure.
We are not close.
Not close.
Not close.
But that's the country where you were born and you
Yeah.
grow up with so many friends. And of course, I know that you studied there and all. While here in the Philippines, except for Miss Carrie, you don't have that much friends. So why do you prefer staying here in the Philippines than going back there to your country, to Germany?
Very good question, Sir Tulfo.
In the first place, because I'm not close with my family.
Okay.
It's not about. It's unlike here, and when we are leaving our
You like it
house
here?
of the parents, then we are stay by our own, and we don't bother our parents like they do it here.
So my
I'm
question
sorry,
is, why
it's
do you
another
like it
tradition.
here versus Germany?
So one brother is unemployed. He cannot help me. The other brother is living his own life. We have contact on Facebook, but it's not so much. My mom is in hospital because of dementia. She cannot help me. And other relatives I don't have. Very close.
Okay.
So for that, I have nobody there, even not friends, because I'm so long time here now. And so for that, I said, well, I'm happy here. So this is my home.
This is your home.
This is my home now.
Well,
A German citizen chose the Philippines as his home. Wow.
It is also fun for me to sell empanada on the street and the cookies and talk to the people, and they like that.
okay.
And because they're saying I'm old, but I'm kind and something like that, and I appreciate that. And
As a Filipina, hearing that a foreigner likes to live in the Philippines because he enjoyed selling something on the street and he is a kind person, that's what he heard from the local, and he finds a comfort in uncomfortable place. I am happy to hear that, because I know not a lot of foreigner likes to live in the Philippines, and as well, not a lot of Filipinos likes to live in the Philippines, because living as a local is actually different than when you are just going there for a vacation.
What is your profession when
I'm call
in
center
Germany?
agent.
A call center agent?
Yeah, I'm IT professional.
Okay.
Mr. Strumpa is a call center agent and IT professional. Call center agent and at the same time an IT professional. Okay.
So, sir, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna accompany you to the immigration, and we'll do some computation about your fines and penalties.
Yeah.
And if I can afford to pay it, why not? I'll pay for it for you. I'll take care of it.
Wow! Grabe! Oh my God! Senator Rafi Tulfo will pay that penalty of Mr. Strumpa for staying 8 years in the Philippines without a visa. And Miss Dana said that it's gonna be more than 200,000 pesos. An equivalent in euros, that 200,000 pesos is already 3,265, something like that. And if she said that it's only the minimum, it could go beyond that. It can up to 5,000 euros. If you are a normal German citizen, normal, I mean like receiving a normal wages like 12 euro per hour, you can work for this 5,000 for like more than 2 months. You know, if you are receiving like a net worth of like a 1,500 a month, then 5,000, you can work like more than 2 months for that one. 5,000 euros. Wow, Sir Rafi Tulfo, you have a heart of gold, really.
And then, of course, I'm gonna get you a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, to make an appeal to the commissioner of the immigration. Write him a letter and explain your side and see.
Mga documentations niya. Papacheck din po natin kung sakali at maaaring makatulong po yun. Maaaring mabawasan yung overstaying po niya dito.
Ayun. Okay. Sige, sir. Sir, we'll accompany you tomorrow to the immigration and let's see what we can do. And if we can afford the fine, if it's not in the millions, if it's only in the hundreds of thousands, which I can probably afford, then I'll help you. I'll take care of it.
I have another question.
Another question.
Another
Yes.
question, yeah.
And what
It's
is it?
more about my health status. I have a hernia.
Oh, you have a hernia. Sure. No problem. I'll take care of that.
To see you later.
Done.
Yes.
Done.
That's it.
That's it. I'll take care of it. Tomorrow you'll have your surgery.
Wow, that was really amazing. Mr. Strumpa, a citizen from Germany who lives in the Philippines, overstaying in the Philippines for 8 years, was being helped by Senator Rafi Tulfo, paying for his fees and penalties so that he won't be deported, and he will be helped also with his health issues. And that's also another good thing and amazing that we have Rafi Tulfo in the Philippines. And I will tell you right now, Sir Rafi Tulfo, if you're going to run for a president in the Philippines, I will really go home and cast my vote for you for the very first time. Because the truth is, I never had any votes in the Philippines. Sorry about that. At the same time, you know exactly how dirty the politics is. That is the reason why I'm not really that interested. But if Senator Rafi Tulfo is going to run for a president in the Philippines, I'll be there. I'll cast my vote for the first time. Thank you so much, Sir Rafi Tulfo, for helping this foreigner in the Philippines, and as well as the Filipinos who have a problem in their daily undertakings. Thank you sa lahat ng nanonood. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my comments with that. And hopefully Filipinos who live in Germany as well as in other countries all over the world will as well be treated just like the citizen of Germany living in the Philippines. I hope there is no bias. Even if you have money, you don't have money, you're German, you're American, you're Filipinos, wherever you are in the world, I hope we are treated fairly. That's all I actually wanted to say. Namabudhay. Kapkun ka. Terima kasih. Thank you so much. Dankeschön.